You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey, Bron, how are you?
That's my Miami intro.
That's your new thing?
It's my when in Miami. I pretend to be like a club DJ.
Do it again.
How we doing in Miami tonight?
Hey, woo-woo! Okay, well, we actually, if you didn't know, we're in Miami right now, and we're chilling,
in Miami, bitch.
relaxing. I actually find it
can't play that song because they'll demonetize us.
I find it very relaxing. I'm here in my little place with Mom, chilling, spending the day with my boy. Fix Mom, put on your shirt, bud.
Sir.
And it's
sipping a coffee that isn't really coffee.
Well, we're not going to go down that road. But
well, you know, many of our listeners that I've told you this before, I think, but the listeners deserve to know. Nespresso, like not espresso, Nespresso, you know, the company and the machines and the pods. First of all, those pods are horrible for the environment because they're single use. But
you're drinking it.
Right, because it's no choice. I have no choice. But it's not actually espresso. So you know how like espresso needs to get up to a certain temperature and pressure in order to extract the flavor from it. That's what makes espresso. Those machines can't get to that pressure. They just can't. They're not capable of it. So what they do instead, and a lot of people don't know this because they don't market this. They don't tell this. You know how like see that foam on the top of espresso?
Is that jizz?
No, so it's called crema is what like on traditional espresso it's called crema, and it's a byproduct of the espresso process. It's not actually like really supposed to be there, but people have grown to like it because it's like foamy and creamy.
Mm-hmm.
Nespresso machines can't. It doesn't happen because they're actually just making coffee. They're just making strong coffee because it's just heating water.
So what is you killing me here?
So what they do is they take the coffee, and you can hear it. Once you know what's happening, you can hear it in the machine. They take the coffee, and at the end, they spin it inside to froth it up like a whipping machine. You know, like when you make whipped cream, and you like spin the cream, and it froths it. So all it is aerated coffee that then they put on the top of it to fool you and to think, because if they didn't do that, people would be like, this isn't espresso. It doesn't have the cream on top. So it's just it's like a scam.
Okay.
But no one knows that.
Okay,
everyone's like, I'm drinking my espresso, and it's like, it's not espresso. It's fine. You're just having coffee that's pretending to be espresso.
One, don't care. Two,
I do. And I feel like our people deserve to know.
Two, I just like it because I feel like I'm it's like fine. Your lips, like a little kid. I feel like I'm...
Got milk?
It's a little... I don't know how to explain this, but there's something therapeutic for me. I literally will like go ahead.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I make my own coffee from the ground.
Can I finish?
Sorry, yes.
I come here. I get to relax. Well, actually, we go nonstop, actually, but I feel like I get to relax. I wake up in the morning, and I can make my cup of coffee. I froth the milk, and I feel like it's like you let me like a little kid. And I feel...
The routine of it is very nice.
It's the routine. Do I think it's
great? I make coffee every morning.
Do I think it's great coffee? No. Do I like the fact that I have 20 different selections? You know my personality. That's who I am. Like, and I like all the cigars.
You press one button.
Right, but it's
on
also...
mine, sometimes I have to do 3 tries to get because I do it wrong sometimes because I'm doing it from the ground.
But I also find it fun because I froth my milk. I could pick different flavors.
No, I'm not being a snob about it.
I don't think you are. And if
I'm just sharing.
If people come over, I go, like I said, you want to try this one? This was a Puerto Rican blend. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
No, but I like it. And I have... like 20 different versions. Yeah, so it's fun. You know me, I don't do anything small. I got the drawer for it, the glass drawer, I got the glasses.
Right. I just wanted to share that knowledge with people at home who
but
might
it's
be
not a great cup of, like, I like cappuccino latte. Last night...
It's not a cappuccino, it's a coffee with milk.
Okay.
A cappuccino is espresso with milk.
Last night was a good cup in Stiltsville. That was small, but a good cup.
Because it was real espresso. And it's just, to 90% of the world, to 90% of America... Coffee or strong coffee and an espresso shot are the same. They don't know what the difference is.
You know, you're talking about over $300 for just the machine and the tray.
Right, but
easy.
But that's the problem that I have with it is that people are like, this is premium espresso.
Oh, I don't care, but I just got it because it looks good.
But $300 machine that's faking espresso, why not spend $600 and get an actual espresso machine?
Because we're only here once a month, and we're not going to bring beans down. And I like the drawer.
The problem is you have to grind it, you have to dial it, you have to tune it to it. Yeah,
I like the drawer. I like having all the different flavors.
Drawer.
No, but I like it. I have 20 different options. I think it's really cool. Like,
but they're all like,
and then
the coffee was ground like 6 months ago.
And then I open up my cabinet, and I got like 50 different sleeves.
Yeah, you're a maximalist when it comes to
doing things, yes.
Yeah, like you're like, I like smoking one cigar a month, so I'm going to buy 700 of them.
Correct.
Because I like to look at them.
And have them.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Actually,
Which
I
is
made
fine.
money on my cigars. I didn't lose them.
You haven't made money yet. They're sitting there.
I'm not looking to. My point is, but I didn't lose.
You haven't made... No, you have lost because you gave the money out.
No, but
But no
an
money
asset.
has come back.
No.
It's an asset, but...
It's an asset.
Until you sell an asset, it doesn't have value.
That's not true.
You can take a mortgage. You can finance your cigars.
Okay. If you have watches...
Can you get a line of credit on your
if you
cigars?
have watches...
Yeah, but watches are a known asset. A bank will give you money.
Cars...
You can take a loan out of a
100%. If I said to somebody, look, give me $50,000, you can have my haul my collection.
Whoa. Okay.
You can hold my collection. 100% is collateral. 100%.
Yeah, to the certain person. Yeah, I guess.
It's an asset.
It is an asset, I guess.
Your shirt on your back is an asset. Might not be an expensive asset, but it's an asset. Mom's making a face. Coming in the 11th hour, making a face. What I just said.
Why?
I know the shirt 100% is there's value. Somebody would pay
on your ass.
Somebody would pay you $5 or $1 for that shirt. It's an asset.
No, but if I paid $35 and someone gives me $5, it's not really an asset.
Okay, but it might be a depreciating asset, still an asset.
Sure, but then so everything is.
No, listen. There's things that are liability.
So everything you buy.
Like if you're paying that shirt off, different story. It's a liability. But a woman,
So
a
your
wife,
home isn't your asset until it's paid off?
A wife is a liability.
Well, yeah, of course. No. Any woman is.
The home. If you do
Mom rolled her eyes at me.
Mom rolls her eyes at everything.
But Mom didn't hear it. I did a but-on-ch.
I did. I heard.
Oh, you did? Okay.
If you have a home with 100% financing, it's not an asset. If you have a home with 50% equity, it's an asset. You have a home with 80%, 20% equity, it's an asset of 20%.
Whatever you need to do to justify your cigar addiction is fine.
No, but do you understand the money aspect?
It's not a cigar addiction.
Do you understand the money aspect?
Yeah, no, I understand.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
It's not a cigar addiction. It's your generation. He makes everything about your a life lesson to my generation. Cigars are
remember
asset.
Remember we walked uphill in the winter both ways barefoot. Remember?
Yeah. Good.
Remember we said that for a nickel. Our dad would give.
Oh, he's got slobber.
Our dad would give us a quarter for lunch. He said, "Bring change." Remember those days?
You were born in 1923.
Oh my God! Hey, get your paper here. I'll tell you, you got moxie, kid. You got moxie.
Oh, you're going all over the place. Oh God!
Look how cute Mom is.
So that's just my coffee. I just got to give that little knowledge.
Watch your leg. You knocked that shit over.
I see it.
So I want to say, so we're here in Miami. Mom and I come down about once a month. We have a good time.
We're in the middle of a podcast. What are you talking
very,
about?
very. I find it very relaxing. Like it's just something about it. It's
when you're here. So you're here. Oh, why can't I speak? When you're here, you're on vacation. So that is the relaxing part. But I also agree. Like I had friends that were visiting from LA 2 weeks ago, and they were like, "It's so nice here. It feels like a different country. It feels like we're on vacation." And I was like, honestly, I've lived here for 2 years now, over 2 years, and it still feels like I'm on vacation here. Today felt like a day of vacation, didn't it?
Yeah, well, yes, today was very
nice.
But
every weekend, it just feels like a vacation, and I don't think I think that's a uniquely Miami thing. I don't know if it's because the water and the beaches and the vibe and the
you can't get a better view. Can you get a better view right now? This view's killer.
Well, no one can see it, but
no, it's okay.
Yeah, it's nice. We're looking out on all of Biscayne Bay.
But I know I like. It's relaxing.
I love the city. It's great.
I wish we had a little less plans. We run around a little too much.
You had 0 plans today. There was not a single plan made. Not only that, we literally booked dinner 20 minutes ago. That's how little of a plan it is. It's also 5:30 p.m. right now.
All right. Just
hit one button on the entire machine.
There's only one button. You put coffee in there now? And you put a cup up there?
Speaking of dinner, I'm very excited for you. I was able to convince Dad.
Did you convince me? I just said I'll do whatever you want.
After like 4 minutes of, come on, you'll like it, I promise you. That's called
really?
Convincing.
You think that was what happened?
Because at first you said no, absolutely not.
No, I said I don't want Indian.
Right.
That's what I said. I mean, like, fuck that. I'm not having it. I said I don't want Indian.
I don't want that. And then you said,
but I was.
And then you said, dirty people, dirty food.
That's true. Not all, but India's dirty.
We're not in India. We're going to Coral Gables.
Wait. Do you hear anything in the background?
We're going to Coral Gables. No, that's not India.
I'm going. I'm joking.
I think I'm proud of you for opening your mind, and I think that
I'm here to please you.
That the episode that we record tomorrow, which will be the Patreon, so go join that if you want to hear Dad's reaction to the Indian food. But
unless I'm stuck in bed with food poisoning.
I think the food tomorrow, you'll be like, you know what?
Are we gonna have rat tonight? What are we gonna eat?
No, whatever you want. Like, we could go all out, but no, I'm going to do safe for you because
You'll order. I don't like spicy. I don't want to start sweating.
Nope, no spicy.
I don't want chicken. I don't want curry, and I don't want to start passing gas.
We're going to get a curry.
Is this?
We're going to do a tikka masala. We're going to do a curry. We're going to do a little
Tikka my ass up? What?
A little sag paneer.
Tikka what?
Tikka masala.
Okay.
A little sag paneer, samosas. We're going to go all out. But it's all good.
Are we eating with our hands and sitting on the floor?
No, that's not India. No. He's so... Okay, it's fine.
Okay.
You'll enjoy. The restaurant's like a nice restaurant. It's like...
Wait. Do you want to come on the podcast?
Mom said he's so uncultured.
I'm very cultured.
Mom does want to.
Come on.
She was telling me, she was like, does anyone ask for me anymore?
Okay, first of all, I want you to know something. I always ask for you, and I always want to be with you. So why don't you come and...
She was talking about podcast listeners,
Why don't you come on the... But
no, we don't have another mic.
Not today. When you invite me on, I'll come.
He just invited you on. She said when you invited
Now,
me
you want to take my place for today? Do a father and son, a mother and son thing? Like the first dance that would be at a wedding? Do you want to do one?
No. Okay. Let's move on.
All right. So
you had a story. You were like, I got to tell you this.
Not a terrible story, but I want to tell you. So I had an employee hired maybe about a month ago. Nice person, but not the sharpest tool in the shed. I mean, not even remotely sharp. Not even close to it. But so
yeah,
it's no big deal.
That reminds me, I got to show you a Bill Maher clip. I'll show you in a minute.
I would love to because I love Bill Maher.
It's exactly what it came up on YouTube today. It's exactly what whatever. I'll play it for you.
So,
go on.
Not a sharp tool at all, but I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm in a deposition on Tuesday, a Zoom deposition. I'm in my office. You know, the reception desk is not about 15 feet from my
right down
my door. So my door's open. I'm doing the deposition. I have my client, and it's a Zoom. And so when you transfer a call, bang, stop. When you transfer a call, there's two ways to do a call. If you transfer a call, I get the phone, right?
Okay.
Or if you put them in a voicemail, because if I'm on the phone or I'm in a meeting or deposition, whatever it is, you put.
Wait, Mom, make sure he doesn't chew my. Make sure he doesn't chew my shoes.
He cannot go in the bathroom. Banks cannot go in the bathroom. Just make sure. So what I'm saying, Brian, is so there's a way to transfer or rings, and I pick it up, or you put it directly in the voicemail, and the red light goes on. Common sense. Been with me over 4 weeks. Common sense. So Tuesday I'm at deposition. It's all Zoom, and she transfers the call instead of putting a voicemail. So the fucking phone rings
in the deposition. Okay.
Annoying as fuck.
Yeah, mistake, but it's fine.
No, it's not a mistake if it happens all the time.
Does it happen all the time?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So. And you get named.
Did you tell her not to?
Many times. They're trained the whole 9 yards. So I yell, but not terribly loud, because I go.
Did you mute yourself on the?
I muted the Zoom.
Right. That's what I meant.
But I can't get up out of it. I'm in a depo. I mute the Zoom and I go, you can't transfer calls. You need to learn how to put in a voicemail.
I would hate to work for Dad.
No. Or I go,
being one of Dad's employees.
Really?
Not going to work for him with him.
By the way, I've had staff with me for 20 plus years, so it's not so bad.
No, I know. I'm like half joking.
What do you mean?
I'm like 3/4 joking.
Why?
Because I just think, actually, you might be a good boss with this, but you would just you're just tough. You're just tough. So that might make you a good boss.
All right. So here's the thing. I never bother anybody unless I need to bother them. So I give people such full autonomy in my office to do what they want to do. I think I'm an easy boss. You know where I stand. Just do your job. It's easy. So no big deal.
You've been my boss my whole life, actually.
So it's no big deal. It's all fine. So I say to her, it's been a month now. You need to either fix it or it ain't working.
Right. If a problem keeps happening, then it's your fault.
And then I unmute it and I go back in my deposition. The next morning, it's like 10 to 9. I walk in, I got my briefcase on. Not even a second for me to put my briefcase down. She goes, can I talk to him? And I go, and look, I've been interviewing for a week or two before and also this whole week. So she comes in. I go, what's the deal? She goes, what you did yesterday. What did I do yesterday? She goes, the way you demean me and your it gets better. No, not listen. She goes,
no.
And your violent behavior, violent keywords.
And I can't believe she had the balls to say this to you.
Listen. Well, I don't care. Say what you want to me.
No, but I just feel like if you feel that, just keep it to yourself.
So I said, no. I have no problem if staff felt they did something wrong, then come and I'd say, I'm sorry. No big deal.
But yeah, okay, go on.
So I go, wait a minute, stop right there. So I call one of my other girls. I go, nice words you use, and these are key words you use. And I said, we have an issue now. I need to get a witness over here.
Violence.
Wait, I call over a witness.
Interesting, because she's
trying to make a claim,
and she's in the camp of words are violent, which is not true.
I said violent. abusive. These are the words. Okay.
Right.
You know, typical bullshit stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Give me a fucking break.
How old is she?
Probably in her mid-50s, late 50s. So I bring a witness over. So I say to one of my staff, do you know what you told me? She goes, and the whole office heard it. Just says, and I have a big office, like 5,000 square feet. My whole office, the whole office heard it.
Oh, for
right.
people listening, sorry.
And so-and-so in the back office, who's all the way by the copier, he heard it and said something. I go, he heard it. I go, he heard it? His office, now, you know where his office is, all the way by the copier. There's no way.
And even if so, what?
No. But it's physically impossible.
It's okay for employees to get reprimanded if they're making mistakes.
Right. So I said, I go, violent? I go, did I hit you? Did I yell? Did I curse? No. So I said to the other employee, did you hear?
How did you do exactly what you did to me?
So
say it out loud.
I said, I go,
and you were yelling
in the hole
because you weren't yelling because you were mad. You were yelling because
don't transfer the call.
But what I'm saying is you were yelling because because
they're 15 feet away.
To travel.
They're 15 feet away.
Right.
I don't yell at my staff.
If you were in the room with her, you wouldn't have yelled. Is what I'm saying.
No, I never yell at my staff.
Right. That's what I'm right.
I'm wanting to be very clear.
I'm being your lawyer right now.
Okay, listen. No, good job. I never yell at my staff. They might not like what I have to say, that I'm stern.
Sure.
I never yell at my staff and respect. But it was because they were 15 feet
right.
away.
It was your voice had a travel.
It'd be like, Bronny, wait, get me that. That kind of thing. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
So I said, blank, you can't transfer calls while I'm on a deposition. It's embarrassing. You need to make sure you put them in my voicemail, and you need to get it right. It's been a month now. Get it right.
Yeah. If I was her and I was in that position, I'd be like, oh, shit. Okay, yeah.
By the way.
That's how I would think.
She's so bad, I can't give her and I like nice person. That's not about that.
Yeah.
That I won't even give her a postage to do. I just have her. I can't.
Then fire her.
No, I'm going. I was interviewing people. So I said, I don't find it violent. So I said, now I got to question everybody. She said the whole staff heard, and I got to do an investigation. I speak to the guy in the back office. So I called the guy in the back office. Said, let's say his name's Bob. I go, Bob, let me ask you a question. So and so said that you heard me. It was so loud that I yelled at her that you were shocked. Whatever. So he goes, what are you talking about? So I go, no, she said, this was yesterday. He goes, yesterday? He goes, no. A couple of days ago, you paged her on the intercom, and in my office, the page comes in. I was on the phone, and it shocked me. I had to lower my volume. Okay? Which, by the way...
So he was shocked by the volume of his phone.
No. First of all, I have a page button. If I call Bronson in his office, he's not there, and I need you, I go, I would go to him intercom, and I say, Bronson, please come here.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Of course.
So it had nothing to do with the incident. So I said to her, and she didn't know what to say. So I wrote an email. I said, look, and then later that day I said, it's not working out. You need to leave, clean up your desk and just leave.
You sent her home that day?
Same, yep.
Did she protest or anything?
No, because she's probation. She's only been there 4 weeks. And I said, you can't, you obviously must know I've had all last week interviews and all this week interviews.
Yeah, and you must know you're not doing your job.
And I said, and the 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock that was here, that's interviewing for your job. So it's not like if she wants to make a claim for retaliation because I've been interviewing to get rid of her. 2 is...
before this happened, right?
Well before. 2 is she's only there 4 weeks. And 3, I said, when you say to me, Nancy's on the phone, I give me Marcy. She goes, Tim's on the phone. I go, you mean Tom?
She's just bad at her job.
And I just couldn't. And then the worst part I would tell you, which killed me. So I, you know how my blinds have the rope, the circular rope?
Okay.
So, when you hold this, I gotta show you. When you're doing the rope and the blind.
He's mimicking this.
And
now.
most people would grab like 12 or 18 inches and do it this way, like pulling.
Of course. So that you could do 5 strokes instead of 50.
So it opens up in like 2 seconds.
Right.
And I have 5 windows she does. She comes in over to my office.
No, like a mouse?
No, stop. Not even to add that at 5 o'clock is when people leave. Some stay later. She comes like 4:54. Can I put your blinds down? I'm like, it's not even 5. So she would come and do this. Like inch by inch.
And you're just sitting in there working.
And I'm like this. No, I'm looking. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I finally got up last week and said, no, you got to stop. It got me. It was a trigger.
Why wouldn't you do boom, boom?
It was a trigger to me. It's longer. You see, it's triggering me now. I'm getting like all stressed out.
Has the shirt on your neck.
So I had to get up from my Bronson. You're gonna get punched in the face. You know that.
That's violence. That's violence.
No, I said you're going to. I didn't. If I did,
threat of violence.
Listen,
that's what they're getting Trump on.
She literally would do inch by inch, and I said that it was like, and like, what are you doing?
That's annoying. That's very
Bron.
annoying.
That's what I dealt with.
So let me.
So
she's just stupid, is what you're saying.
I'm not saying that on public medium, but
I'll say she sounds stupid to me.
But I'm very happy she's gone.
Yeah, I watched this morning, this clip came up. Give me a sec to find it. It was
Oh
from
my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Crazy.
Because this clip came on. I was watching the last night's whatever it's called. Bill. I was about to say Bill O'Reilly. Bill Maher.
What is that with Bill O'Reilly? Anything? Does he work? Anyone hear from him?
I think he has like his own independent podcast or something. Let's see.
Got my handsome boys in those photos.
So this clip came on, and I was just like, oh my god, it's Dad. Or I was like, Dad's gonna love this. Let's see. Here, I'm putting this down so I can.
Sure. What are you putting up, Bill Maher? He was a diehard liberal before, wasn't he? I think he
still
is
a
just
diehard
common
liberal.
sense. Just common sense stuff, he says.
He is a diehard liberal. It's just that
It's
liberalism
so
has changed.
Yes, I agree with you.
Modern liberals, that's why they don't call them liberals. They call them progressives now because they're not
They're
liberal.
too much, yeah.
They're actually super conservative. You can't say this. You can't do that. You can't
I agree
do
with
that.
you. I agree.
That's not liberal. Liberal means you can do whatever you want.
I agree. Don't worry, guys. He's just typing. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm just getting it up here. I'll just play for the first 2
Are you
minutes.
connected?
Yeah. I'll just play the first minute or two. You're going to be like,
Why? Oh, we'll get banned?
no. It's just that it's long. It's 11 minutes, and then it starts talking about like political ads, which isn't what I want to talk about. But the first 2 minutes, you're going to be like, oh my God.
New rule, before we tackle any of our daunting specific problems here in America, we have to figure out how a country can solve any problem if so many of its people are so intractably, astoundingly, mind-numbingly stupid. And I'm not saying that as hyperbole or just out of frustration. I mean this country just might be empirically, verifiably too fucking dumb to continue as an ongoing enterprise.
I agree.
Jay Leno used to do a classic bit called Jaywalking, where he asked ordinary citizens the kind of question we used to consider common knowledge. And in the internet age, that bit has been, shall we say, updated. And is still a useful indicator of where exactly we are on the bird brain chart. Take a look at some of the answers given on a TikTok site called Project Better.
Who was the first person to land on the sun? Lance Armstrong is correct. What is the biggest city in the world?
I think it's like Asia?
What is the biggest city in the world?
Europe.
If you were born in 2021, how old would you be?
21.
What country is
I don't know if I
Venice,
believe
Italy
this.
located in for $100? You have any clue?
Gosh, I'm going to be a teacher, so I should know this.
You should.
Paris?
Where is Queen Elizabeth from?
Egypt.
Egypt? Where is it?
Brazil?
It's got to be made up.
I don't know.
So you tell me, if a country is only as strong as its people, what can the future possibly hold for a population this moronic? Being a full-grown adult and thinking a human could walk on the sun?
Born in 2021, how old would you be? You're dumb. You're fucking dumb.
Asia?
Dumb.
When plainly it's Europe. This country simply has no education standards anymore. They will let you out of a public high school and give you a diploma, and you don't have to actually know anything.
That's right.
Which used to
And
be
same
the
with college.
mission of
It's sports.
schools, knowing things.
Sports.
I know it's
so
super
for an
important to
athlete?
stop
Yeah.
the grooming of our kids, or I don't know, to start it. And certainly critical race theory must be stricken from the curriculum, or who knows, maybe included in all of it. But, you know, while we're having those fights, could someone please notice that the kids don't actually know anything? As I travel this country on weekends doing stand-up now, I see the political ads
This is
that are
where it
running
goes
on
into
the
another
local
place.
TV.
But I just saw that and I was like, that shit, those videos, I don't know if I believe them. Those people might be fake, but even if
People are fucking dumb. I've been saying that for how many years now? People are dumb. You saw it, even the girl today working the place. I don't mean to be mean. You just see even how she wiped the table. You see, she couldn't even take an order. She just says, "I just need your drinks."
right.
And then
And she didn't even know. She said, "Can I take your drinks?" We said, "We'll give you the whole thing." And she said, she froze because she didn't know how to handle it. She said, I'll just take your drinks."
so we're in a little place today. The food was great.
It was great.
Wait, 6 tables. Am I right?
Yeah.
for lunch. 6 tables.
Well, it was a small little.
I'm just saying 6 tables. There was 1 table filled with people. That's it, and us.
Mm-hmm.
It took them how long to come over for an order? 20 minutes.
Yeah. We're also in Miami.
Doesn't it?
Different culture here in terms
the
of
world
of service.
People are fucking dumb, and now with this chat GBT, whatever it's called,
as you call it, Chad.
But-
Dad keeps going, what about this Chad thing? And I was like, no.
But my point is this: that's going to make people more stupid. It's going to. It might make people more efficient, but it's going to make them more stupid because there's a thing. You know, when you read it over and you do it and you get entrenched with it, you learn it, you understand. Like, for example, here's between like good lawyers and bad lawyers. A regular lawyer can just take the form and just follow the guidelines and take the form, ask the questions, and just take that form motion of kid. A good lawyer comes in through the back door, finds the loopholes, creative.
But we don't want everyone to be a good lawyer.
Okay, let's start with 20%.
Yeah.
People are fucking dumb. I see it
but
all the time.
The problem, I agree with you, and I think people have been dumb forever. The problem now is that people don't think they're dumb because they have the internet. So people are like, I know everything. What do you mean I'm not dumb?
Okay.
Where 100 years ago, people were just farmers, and they literally didn't know anything except like when cows should have sex. That's the only thing they knew.
I'm okay with people being
But they
dumb.
didn't think they knew.
Wait, I'm okay with people being dumb or knowing what they only know and that's it.
Right.
But then don't tell me everyone has to be in the same playing field, and don't bring out the smart people and don't bring up the dumb people, and don't say we can do it with the LSAT so you need to weed people out for things. You can't have everybody in the same fucking playing field. That's the problem. So if you want to be a doctor, then you need to meet the minimum required to be a doctor.
But the minimum requirements are lower now.
They're lowering because everyone's the grade, the curve's going higher. Everyone needs to be treated equal. Get away with have the AP classes. Give this person more time to study. It's a fucking problem.
Right. The more time thing never made sense to me.
Do you understand?
It's like if you can't do it in the allotted time, then you can't do it in the allotted time.
If you literally do away with the LSATs and you just go based on recommendations or hardships, it's a major fucking problem.
Certain law schools.
No, it's a major fucking problem.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Manscaped, improving the lives of men, women, non-binary folks everywhere. In the bathroom and in the bedroom and on the beach. That's like the biggest one that people don't even realize. People think, oh, like I got a Manscaped because my girlfriend, like I got to look it for my girlfriend down there. And it's like, sure, for sure. But the bigger one is like, it's getting hot out now. When I Manscaped down there, it's just more comfortable in my life. I sweat less.
It's smooth.
I smell better because I'm sweating less because there's less hair. It's just like, it improves your life.
Manscaped is a great product. It's the only one, and I've tried numerous before I got into Manscaped. It's the only one that does not nick. It does not catch the hair on your balls. It does not cause any bleeding. It has that great little razor that I shave my chest with, which is amazing. And no matter how friggin' hard you push it, it doesn't cut you. And then they got into the new generation, which Bron will talk about as well. It's a well-made product. It's phenomenal. It's great price. You get a discount by using our code. And I got to tell you, if you don't have it, you 110% should have it.
Yeah. So head over to manscaped.com. Look at all their products. While you're there, check out the Lawnmower 4.0, which is their top of the line body, ball, anywhere trimmer, really. You can use it anywhere. It's great. They have a special one for your beard, the Beard Hedger. So if you want just one for your beard, 20 different settings. It's awesome. You can cut it to any length you want. And then while you're there, also check out all their other stuff. They have a lot of products that people don't even know about.
And we use it all the time, so you could be like us. You want to know what we do?
I literally use it every day.
Right.
I use multiple products.
Not
only do I use the Beard Hedger and the Lawnmower every day, but I use the Weed Whacker, which is for my nose hairs because I need to use that all the time. And I use the deodorant, the shampoo, the conditioner, the body wash, the cologne when I go out. I use it all.
It's funny.
So head over to manscaped.com, use the code DaddyIssues20, and you'll get 20% off your order and free shipping. Once again, the code is DaddyIssues20. It'll give you 20% off your order and free shipping. It's worse even with doctors.
Weed the people out. Weed them out.
Right.
That weeds you out.
Right. Not everyone should be a lawyer and a doctor.
If
only the people that meet the requirements.
Listen, if I try out for a sport in high school and I don't make it, I got cut. I tried out. I couldn't make it.
Right.
Not everybody's on the team.
Yeah, I agree.
And then it's not even anyone on the team. Everyone gets to play. Tryouts are tryouts. You have to have a certain ability to do it. In work.
A meritocracy is what you're talking about.
Right. And in life, just fucking try out. If you don't cut it, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's okay. You do something else. You find what works for you.
And even if, it's okay. It doesn't matter. It even doesn't even matter if it's okay or not. Like, if you're upset and that's what you wanted, sucks. You didn't get it. That
then you
is
try
what it
again
is.
next time, and if it doesn't work,
Or you just that isn't it. No matter how hard I try, I'll never make it to the NBA.
Right.
It just is what it is. I could cry boo-hoo about it, whatever, be so upset about it, but it is what it is. So I just have to accept it and move on.
What about the people that have taken a bar exam 2 or 3 times and they finally passed? Some didn't, and they don't become lawyers. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So they're going to let all these people go to law school that shouldn't be in law school, and there's no LSATs, right? Now, the bar exam...
It's not that there are no LSATs. Certain schools now are saying we don't require it as part of the application anymore. And once it starts with a few schools, then it'll trickle down.
Right, they're all doing that woke bullshit. But here's the thing. The bar exam, so they're going to take the bar exam. They're not going to be ready for the bar exam.
But today, so Florida bar and New York bar, and I think Texas, all the results came out like 2 weeks ago. It was a big thing. All these... Here, look, I just did bar results, and I'm going to go to news. Here, this is from above the law. This says massive bar exam fail. New York bar results announced at midnight. This big drop in bar exam pass rates for New York, Florida, Texas. This is from Reuters last week.
Wow.
It was like the lowest
what's that to say? What's that to say?
That people are not prepared enough.
Right. Correct. That's my point. Exactly. Right.
But then you know what the reaction.
See, that's
to
how
this
I
is
took
be.
a bar exam.
Yeah.
Not you guys in your fucking.
It's not the bar. You have to go to a place. You have to go to a convention hall or something.
So if we soften up the fucking weak people, they're not gonna be ready for this.
Yeah, this was last week. New York and Florida joined the growing list of states reporting a significant pass rate drop for the February bar exam.
Good.
The overall pass rate on its most recent attorney license exam fell to 40% from 45% just last year.
So what are they saying? 60% pass?
60% passed.
That's low.
Where last year was 65.
But that's still low.
Even a 5% drop in 1 year is a huge drop. 5% is a lot of people.
Well, listen.
The pass rate has now fallen 9% percentage points over the past 2 years. So every year it's falling 5%. That's crazy, but you know what's going to happen. They're just going to make the bar exam easier.
Correct.
That's what they're going to do. Instead of keeping it the same.
Isn't that terrible?
They're going to make it easier. New York's first-time pass rate declined from 61% to 56%. It has been a rough bar exam across the country. Of the 26 states that have announced results, only 3, Pennsylvania, Montana, and Vermont, posted an increase.
Those are easy. A lot of easy exams.
Illinois held steady with 43%, but the overall pass rates dropped in the remaining 22%, half of which saw double-digit declines. Okay. That's insane.
So I really hope they don't.
They're going to, of course. Why wouldn't
it's money. It's all money.
Everyone. That's the trend. Is if it's too hard, make it easier.
Ron, if you see when I'm in court, if you see some of the lawyers in court, Bronson, you'd be like, "Oh my god!"
No, wait, Dad. Here it says just 39% of Florida's February bar exam takers passed.
That's pathetic.
39%. That's crazy.
It
should be like
50 or more.
More.
So wait, I want to say this for a second, Bronny. When I go in court and you see these lawyers, you say to yourself, "Oh my god, who would hire them?" Yeah. No, I've been doing Bronson. I've been doing it for 30 years. Mm-hmm. It's a long time, right? It's longer than you've been alive.
Yes.
I see people, and I say to myself, "Who? Yeah. No. Who would fucking hire these people?"
Someone needs. Someone
now I have to tell you. I would tell you. When I say that, it's 80% across the board. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
If I were to hire a lawyer, me personally,
do you meet? Are there times where you're like, "Oh, that's a good lawyer"? Now,
one or a couple, okay. less than 2%.
Okay.
And if I had to hire a lawyer, I would. There's only very few people I would hire.
Yeah.
Very few. I'd want to hire myself.
Yeah. But like I saw this, and
I have a case that I'm working on. That I'm suing somebody out of the country, and I have to step back from micromanaging it. I have to give the guy some. I say I got to stop because I think I'm not some narcissist. I'm a whole different level.
Yeah.
But Bronny, when I say,
but that's why you've been successful with it.
I literally said to myself, it's shocking. I go, who the fuck would hire that person?
Yeah.
And they're all hired.
And it's going to keep getting worse because now all these people didn't pass, right? It's going to get lower. Or but it's not just a fluke because it's been year after year going down. So it's not a fluke. So the schools are getting
correct.
Worse.
So if these people,
or the students
if
are
these
getting
people
worse.
Eventually pass,
that means we're going to have these are crop of shitty lawyers.
Second and third string. So now your third string quarterbacks starting.
Right. When you get hired at a firm, do they know when, like, do you just pass the bar or do they ask you, did you pass the first time, the second time, the third?
They won't ask you that.
No, right?
But the difference is they might say,
I wouldn't want to hire a third passer.
But then I would say you graduate in August and you got licensed in
right. What
the
was
following August, what you do in that period.
Right.
Well, it took a gap year. You know, people bullshit. I just had trouble on Europe. You know, well.
Yeah.
But I tried to find myself. I became a consultant. You know, you're unemployed. But, Bron, I want you to understand something. Think about it this way. You listen?
Yeah.
Imagine.
They give a reason, so we'll read that after.
Imagine, like you can have Aaron Rodgers or Dan Marino. Great. These are all fucking great quarterbacks, right? Imagine the third string who had to go to, let's say, the U.S. NFL, whatever, in Canada, whatever, Canadian League.
Not U.S., but
whatever, my point right. But you have
arena football.
You have third string quarterback really playing first string. So I don't see the level.
You just wouldn't want that.
You don't want that even as a doctor. So that's why
I would want it way less as a doctor than a lawyer.
Way less. Right?
I'd much rather have a third.
Unless you're in death row or you're going to jail.
Yeah, but a doctor, it's like I want the absolute.
That's why
you could get away with a mid-string lawyer. A doctor, it's like I don't want any mid-string.
That's why I'm gonna make you the best fucking attorney. You're gonna be. I'm telling you, the best fucking attorney.
Let's do it.
No, I'm being honest. I'm gonna groom you to be a fucking.
Well, don't groom me, but yeah, no,
killer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna teach you shit. You're gonna. By the time I'm fucking 65, you can be fucking killing it.
Well, hopefully I pass the first time, but it'll be easier when I take the bar.
And,
so they said
no. Here's what. What's your name, Bronson? You passed.
Yeah. The Conference of Bar Examiners hinted at pass rate declines last month when it reported the average score on the multi-state bar exam. The 200-question multiple-choice portion.
Let me explain what that means.
Yeah.
So most states have a 2-day bar exam. California has a 3-day bar exam.
I think it's 2 now. I think it's that.
Is it? Okay.
I think
so. There's the state portion. For example, like when I took New York, I had like 44 subjects. You didn't know what they were going to ask you questions on. There's some multiple choice and some essays. And like Florida has 22 when I took it 27 years ago. So what happens is, so you have that and you have what's called a multi-state. So one day is the actual state, Florida or New York exam you sit in. And then the day 2 is the multi-state. And that's a 200-question multiple choice. And everybody across the country takes the exact same multi-state exam.
Right.
Okay? And it's those two combined that whether you pass the bar. Now go ahead.
It says that the multi-state bar exam decreased 1.5 points to 131.1 from the previous year. I don't really know.
That's not terrible.
Oh, so the score was 131 out of 200.
Right, but so they don't say it reduced 1%.
It will only reduce 1.5, the average.
That's not a terrible thing.
Here, though, this is not right, though. What it says they attributed the decline to an increase in repeat test takers and to the pandemic's negative impact on learning, noting that the year-over-year average score decline was even steeper for February first-time examinees. Many of those test takers were in their crucial first year of law school when the pandemic hit and forced classes online. It's not true. The bulk of the subjects tested on the bar exam are taught in that first year. That last line is true. But like the people that I know that took the exam a full year ago, literally a full year ago, they were the ones that were in... So wait, are they saying last year? Yeah, no, last month.
Let me tell you why.
All the people that were in their first year of law school took the bar exam a full year ago from right now.
But again, why is that an excuse?
I could see if you said online is always worse. If you're taking all your like bar classes in the first year, right? Like all those classes that everyone is taking, and you're taking it on Zoom at home, you're not going to learn as much as you will in school.
But I hate to break it to you. Law school doesn't really get you ready for the bar. But it's your course. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah, I guess.
And I'm telling you right now, there's I'm sure the COVID thing had something to do with it. There's no question.
I'm sure it did.
But I also got to tell you, I'm telling you right now that if you this all stems from dumbing down people, creating an even playing field, and bringing the dumb people up. It's a disservice. That's why I always said, and people think it's derogatory, you can't make a painter into a doctor. Just someone has to be a painter. Now, that girl that was cleaning the table today, I don't think I'm better than her. She deserves the same to be treated like a human being just like I am.
Of course.
Okay, I'm just saying she can't be a lawyer or a doctor or an accountant. I know for a fact I can never be a CPA. Mm-hmm. I'm not good with numbers. I can't do it. I will never, ever, ever can be a CPA. That's just the way it is.
Right.
I was meant to be a lawyer.
Well, she's working in a restaurant. I don't think she's trying to be a doctor.
But my point is, the general thing is everybody needs to be the same playing field.
Right.
It doesn't work that way.
And if because that girl deserves a chance of being a doctor, if she's struggling to do it, we need to make it easier to become a doctor.
Right. And it just is
Which
impossible.
is just wrong.
It's impossible.
But this is happening in April, almost May, right? That's from February is the result. Guaranteed by the time that I take the bar, which will be in 2030.
I don't know if the bar exam will be around.
Easier. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I don't know if the bar exam will be around.
Easier.
I don't know if the bar exam will be around.
Yeah, it might not.
And here's the thing.
Guaranteed they'll make it easier. It'll be shorter. It's already gotten shorter.
If they make it
it
easier for you and you have more fucking idiots becoming lawyers, it'll be better for you in the long run.
It'll be better for me, exactly.
Because you'll shine.
Right, that's why we were just saying.
It's a shame, though.
Yeah. No, I'd rather everyone else be dumber. Because then I'm like, if everyone else is dumber, then
I get it, but
my 7 is smart now is a 9.
But there's something about when you're in that and it's like this. Would you rather win a race by knowing you destroyed the other guy in the race, or would you rather be close? I'd rather be close.
If the prize money at the end is the same prize money that I'm taking home.
I don't know. I just think that there's something to be said. Like, I would like a fucking challenge. It gets you to fight for the fucking challenge.
Yeah.
When you deal with a fucking idiot. And most of them, Bron, I'm telling you, I literally blow myself away. I'm blown away when I say someone's paying these lawyers are fucking terrible. That matters how many bad doctors there are.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bad.
So many.
No,
it's going to get worse and worse, for
and
sure.
these are doctors fucking
It's
your
scary.
life.
It's actually scary.
On your fucking life.
Yeah, but that's what. But the good thing is we have the freedom to choose. You can go to the best doctor. You can. They might be more expensive.
You gotta
but
go
you
Indian
can
or
go to
Asian
them.
doctor.
Or Jew.
No, but now the Jews,
Indian is Asian.
A lot of them cheat.
Cheat?
I mean, they get through,
Jews for money, Asians for medicine. I'm totally on board with
100%.
that. Yeah.
And Indian for medicine.
India is in Asia. But yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm 100%.
Definitely.
Right.
You don't want an Italian doctor.
And Jews,
you don't want a French money man.
And Jews for lawyer.
Yeah. Jews for law.
Jews
money.
for accountant.
Italians for restaurants. If you're opening up a restaurant, you want an Italian in that fucking kitchen.
And for like building and shit like that.
Building?
And like a contractor.
No, not an Italian.
Yeah.
You want like a...
No, they were the Masons. They were very good.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
You definitely want a Jew as your lawyer, doctor, and your money your
and like
accountant.
you don't want a Jew as your builder at all.
Well, Scuppy is great.
Yeah, but he's like
a
a non-Jew Jew.
He's a Jew. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain demographics are better at certain things. It's just in their DNA.
Right. And it's not saying one's better than the other. Just
better at different things.
I'll give you an example. I said this to Mom. All different breeds of dogs are canines, but a border collie is much smarter.
You don't want a border collie for
attacking.
Right.
You want the Malinois? Was that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. They're beasts. They climb fucking walls.
If I'm going on a hunt, I don't want a Chihuahua. I don't want a Mastiff in my little home.
Right.
They serve different roles.
I wouldn't want a fucking little Chihuahua hunting boar.
Right.
But I want a fucking
an Akita.
Right.
But I don't want an Akita in my small little apartment with my little babies. You have different.
Correct.
But a Chihuahua, no problem.
So all humans. So humans are human beings. Dogs are canine. But there are 100%. There are certain that are smarter, better, stronger, better. It's just the way it is. It's not a racial or prejudice thing.
And if I'm putting together a football team, I don't want Jews. I want black people.
Listen, 100%. I'm not picking a bunch of fucking Jews from Great Neck to go.
Right. I don't want Asians to be on my football team. I want black people. If I'm putting together a baseball team, I want Dominican people. It's you want certain. You
want big, strong people. Yeah. It's like if I'm putting a fucking army together. I don't want what America says. You want what Russia's ad is. Remember that ad?
Yep.
I don't want my mother and my mother. Right. Both my mothers and my mothers taught me to be strong from the inside. Well, let me know when you got the shit kicked out of you. How fucking strong you are when you're bleeding from the inside out, bitch.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Seriously.
Yeah, I agree.
But isn't it the analogy? All dogs are canines, but there's certain breeds that are different and better and whatever.
Of course, just like humans. Humans have evolved in different places in the world doing different jobs. Nothing wrong with it. Like people, the reason why black people, not all black people, but like from direct African descent or like the Nigerians or like the Jamaicans, right? They're so good at running. They always, or like the Kenyans, not the Nigerians, they always win at running things.
And not a win, but by a lot.
It's not even close. It's because they evolved over hundreds of thousands of years to run long distances on the savannah, the Serengeti, to like hunt animals, right? So they're so much better at long distance running. Jews, for instance, like it's in our culture for 1,000 years.
We would Uber it. We're not running, we're Ubering it.
No, but the reason why Jews are good with money is because it's been in our culture for thousands of years, because starting in the medieval times, it was illegal, not even medievals. Once the Christianity became a thing, it was illegal for Christians to lend money. Part of the religion, usury, right? They weren't allowed. So starting in like literally like the year 100, right? Because if Jesus was 0, right? So then Christianity started after. So starting in the hundreds, 200s, 300s, Jews were the ones in society that were the only ones allowed to deal with money, to lend it, to borrow it, to give interest, take it to the banks. So that's why we evolved around money, just like black people evolved around long distance running. So it's like we have these things that have been for 2,000 years. And then, we've been perfecting these things.
And then, I mean, think about it from a common sense standpoint. So the parents, let's assume the Jews, that's what they were handling the money. And they believed in education. Then they talk to their kids about it.
Yeah.
And that's how you know what I'm saying? Like, when you decided to become a lawyer and you brought it on the pod, right, on the air, okay, did Mom and I ever say become a lawyer? Ever. Never in a conversation. No. But you see certain things. So it's just a cultural thing. If you didn't say, hey, Dad, Mom, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and now try for football. It's just not part of our culture.
Right.
It's just not who we are.
Yeah.
So
okay, we got to move on because we don't have that much time.
Oh, sorry.
And there are like big things that we got to talk about.
Go ahead, Bronny.
But Finn,
I'm done. No, we're just
the big thing that we should talk about is the Tucker stuff.
What's going on with that?
So now it's like been 5 days, maybe a week.
It's longer than 5 days.
Yeah, because it was last weekend. We're recording this on Saturday, and it was because previous Friday was his last show. So I think Saturday.
I don't
understand. They fired him.
What happened.
So all we know, because we don't know much, was that on last week, Fox put out a press release that said that Fox News and Tucker Carlson have decided to part ways. And that was it. That's all they said. And then Monday, Tucker didn't do his 8 p.m. slot or whenever he comes on. He wasn't on. And no one knew anything. And then like 3 days ago, the only thing that he said is this. We can watch he went to Twitter. And
really?
Yeah, let me sign in here. Why is it not letting me search?
I don't know, Bronny Boo.
Sec.
I don't know. Yeah, I know nothing about it. I know that he's not long with Fox, though.
Yeah, so let me get onto Twitter here.
No problem.
I don't know.
So what happened? He would have his own show. How does it work on Twitter? Like when he said he's on Twitter. What's that even mean?
He just posted a video on Twitter he posted a video like we post one. Hold on.
Okay.
He posted a video like we post one.
Oh, okay. Because I don't go on Twitter. Should I go on Twitter? I don't even go on my computer. I don't know the fucking thing.
Yeah, let me just get it up here.
All right. Let's
so
watch it.
This was posted 3 days ago. It has 23 million views.
Wow.
Which is more than any Fox broadcast will ever get.
Wow. Good.
Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson. One of the first things you realize when you step outside the noise for a few days is how many genuinely nice people there are in this country. Kind and decent people, people who really care about what's true, and a bunch of hilarious people also, a lot of those. It's got to be the majority of the population, even now. So that's heartening. The other thing you notice when you take a little time off is how unbelievably stupid most of the debates you see on television are. They're completely irrelevant. They mean nothing. In 5 years, we won't even remember that we had them. Trust me, as someone who's participated. And yet at the same time, and this is the amazing thing, the undeniably big topics, the ones that will define our future, get virtually no discussion at all. War, civil liberties, emerging science, demographic change, corporate power, natural resources. When was the last time you heard a legitimate debate about any of those issues?
I don't think so.
It's been a long time. Debates like that are not permitted in American media. Both political parties and their donors have reached consensus on what benefits them, and they actively collude to shut down any conversation about it. Suddenly, the United States looks very much like a one-party state. That's a depressing realization, but it's not permanent. Our current orthodoxies won't last. They're brain dead. Nobody actually believes them. Hardly anyone's life is improved by them. This moment is too inherently ridiculous to continue, and so it won't. The people in charge know this. That's why they're hysterical and aggressive. They're afraid. They've given up persuasion. They're resorting to force. But it won't work. When honest people say what's true, calmly and without embarrassment, they become powerful. At the same time, the liars who've been trying to silence them shrink, and they become weaker. That's the iron law of the universe. True things prevail. Where can you still find Americans saying true things?
Right
Not
here.
many places left, but
What?
there are some.
I said right here.
That's enough. As long as you can hear the words, there is hope. See you soon.
So that's
So-
all he posted. He didn't say much.
There's nothing. No,
Right.
there's nothing.
Because-
Now that leads me to believe is he's saying he's done with the bullshit and wants to have the truth come out.
I think he didn't say much because he legally can't.
I'm sure that's
it
true.
seemed so. What we're seeing now. I mean, there's not many details at all about it. Mom, can you stop him barking? Nelly, stop.
Go ahead.
One, I think he was fired.
Oh, shit, was that violent the way he held across the room?
He's not. He was never. People always have Tucker wrong. They peg him wrong. He was not a Fox guy. He was just on Fox, right? He went against Fox a lot. He wasn't a Republican either. He went against the Republican Party a lot. He did not get along with Trump. He liked a lot of things that Trump did as a president, but he didn't get there were a lot of times when he was critical of him. We know that personally they didn't get along.
By the way, he's allowed. There's nothing wrong with that.
Of course, he went against what Fox did a lot. He went against what the conservative party did a lot. He used to be on MSNBC and he used to be on CNN, right? Fox was just the latest platform that he was on. So when people think of him as like a,
like a Hannity.
Yeah, who's like been around, like a Fox conservative, been there for 20 years, just goes with the party line. Tucker's not that at all. He's critical of everyone. I don't agree with with everything he says, but I like that he's critical of a lot of things. So it's not like he was a Fox darling. He was their biggest show, that's for sure.
Wow.
By far, he was the biggest show on cable news out of all the news.
So we don't know what he's doing.
No, what we're seeing, I can get the results or it seems like they are trying to. Let's see, what does this say? Tucker Carlson. It seems like Fox is trying to keep him wrapped up until the election is over. That's what the reports are saying.
In 2 years.
Why? They could easily
pay him to shut up?
No, not pay him. What if it's in his contract that he has like a no compete if he's fired for years or something? That could easily be in his contract. I'm trying to.
So he doesn't have a podcast, nothing right now.
Well, this happened 1 week ago. He's been there for years. It's not like he had it set up.
Let me see what it says there.
This says former Fox star did not. This is talking about his Twitter. Did not address reported firing, but offered sweeping complaints about the state of American discourse. He's broken a silence. This is just talking about the video that we just watched. Here, this is from Fox, which I don't really trust what Fox says, but this is what we know about Tucker Carlson's shocking Fox News departure. The news comes less than a week. So yeah, here's the big thing about it. Although we don't know, so we haven't talked about this, but Fox since the election, the big election fraud thing. Remember when everyone was like the election was stolen, all this stuff, the voting machines. So the voting machines are run by this company Dominion.
Yep.
And Giuliani and Trump's other lawyer, I forget what his name is. They were like the voting machines. They weren't saying we think they were like, well, the voting machines flipped millions of votes, and that's why this election went to Biden. Which is that's like a big thing to say.
Okay.
And so everyone was like, show us evidence, and they just couldn't.
Okay.
And so Fox was also saying that the voting Dominion, they were specifically saying Dominion, which is a private company, Dominion voting machines flipped millions of votes. So they were sued. And they lost 2 weeks ago. And we can read Dominion, they settled Dominion lawsuit. Let's see. This is NPR. Fox News settles, this is from last week, settles blockbuster defamation lawsuit with Dominion voting machines. Fox News and its parent company Fox Corp have struck a deal averting a trial in the blockbuster defamation suits filed by Dominion voting systems over spurious claims of fraud in the 2020 presidential race. The party settled ready for this? For $787.5 million. Almost $1 billion.
So Fox paid them that.
Yeah, they
Could you imagine?
agreed to settle for
Could you
that.
imagine?
Which means that it was
Could you
going to be a
imagine?
lot worse.
Could you imagine?
So Fox is in an absolute
Oh my
shitstorm.
God.
That was last week.
Imagine being a lawyer that took that case.
So it was half of Dominion's original $1.6 billion ask. Which means if Fox settled for that much, they knew that they were fucked.
Correct.
Right? So
and I'm surprised it's not confidential settlement.
the price of it?
Yeah, I would never, as the lawyers, allow that.
Dominion lawyers said the amount represents vindication and accountability. Dominion CEO told reporters Fox has admitted to telling lies about Dominion that caused enormous damage to our company, our employees, and our customers. Nothing can ever make up for that. Truthful reporting in the media is essential to our democracy, which, yeah, I agree with. If, like, Fox was saying this
How are they
without...
damaged? We use their machines in every voting thing. How are they damaged?
Because now we always... that's libel. If the largest media...
I know. I'm just saying. I hear you.
What do you mean? That's a huge... If CNN...
$750 million.
If CNN was out there, and let's say Trump won, right? And CNN was out there saying, Dominion voting systems flipped millions of votes and Biden should have won. And then we knew that wasn't true because they didn't give, for 3 years, they gave zero evidence. I would be like, CNN should cease to exist.
Okay, so
because
what?
they
Okay,
full on
okay,
lie.
All right, but
About but would you not agree with that? Or do you think?
Cease to exist? It's just
I would think CNN should be off the air for lying about a fraud of an election and trying to convince the American public that the election, that millions. They didn't say 100 votes. They were saying millions.
All these reporting stations try to convince their story.
Okay, but then they all should be. If they're all doing it, that doesn't make it okay.
I agree with you.
But when I said,
I hear you.
I said this is libel. You're like, yeah, but
No, I'm
Fox.
saying
Literally what that's not.
I'm saying
right.
I'm saying it's amazing because what are their damages? You have to use those.
No, we don't. There are a lot of other.
But don't they always use them?
Not just Dominion. It's not a monopoly because that's not how the government works. They have a lot of different.
All right, so let me ask you a question.
So
What's that have to do with Fox? You think economically they're hurting?
You have to pay $1 billion out there. That's insane.
They probably have insurance for that.
That's a huge. It's a
huge money
problem for them. We don't know how it relates to Tucker.
Yeah, I thought you were making a correlation.
Well, no, but we just don't know. We don't know yet. But for that to happen on April 18th and then April 24th for Tucker to be fired, they're number one.
It makes no sense.
Right, but that's why we don't know if there's a correlation yet, but it logically seems like there would be.
But if the number one guy brings the most viewers, which means the largest avatars, it makes no sense.
It might make sense if he was the one. Maybe there's two things. One, maybe he is the problem. Maybe he was one of the ones in the lawsuit, so they're like, we got to cut him out.
Maybe.
Another one is maybe he was like, this is sinking ship, I got to go.
Right. Or maybe he says, I'm done. Right. That could be something too.
We just don't know.
We don't know. Interesting.
But it's a huge thing. He was literally their number one.
Yeah, it is 100% huge.
And for the fact that he goes on Twitter and publishes a 2-minute video independently, and it is more views than any Fox broadcast has ever gotten.
Isn't that crazy?
So it's like clearly he will be better independently, and he could go. I mean,
he could be your next Joe Rogan.
Yeah, different. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But he can have that kind of fucking.
He could easily have that.
He could probably make more money like Ben Shapiro. He has a bigger reach than Ben Shapiro.
He could make more money going independent for sure.
And maybe it'll be interesting.
I think he'll be better independent because Fox has such agendas that they like force all of their people to push. And like if he went to CNN, they would probably force agendas for him to push too. Where if he's independent, he can just do whatever he wants, which will be great.
Which would be great.
The fact that he said nothing in this video means that they have shit on him.
He can't.
Right, exactly.
Otherwise, they have shit. It's just part of this.
They have a legal.
They could have. Right. They could have said.
The fact that it can't means they have shit on him.
Okay,
that's what I mean.
No.
I don't mean
hear me.
I mean legal.
But
whatever.
he might say, "Listen, we're letting you go. We're gonna pay this amount of money, but you have a gag order for a year or two."
Right. That's all.
Okay, but for money, it's not really shit on you. You're getting paid.
But if he has a gag order for a year or two, that could change the entire election, Dad. He is the number one voice for.
Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson.
That's true.
He's the number one voice for against the Democrats.
Correct.
So if the number one voice for anti-Democrats can't speak during an election year,
That's
that
an
could
issue.
literally
That could be an
change
issue.
the election.
Yeah.
Literally.
And he's sold out for money.
He didn't sell out for money.
They say you can't talk because we're going to give you $500 million.
Oh, no. But what? I don't even know if it was that. What if
I think it was.
What if it's you can't talk because it's in your contract?
No, let me explain something. No.
If
Let
you're
me
let go.
Let me explain something to you. From a guy, I'm talking from basic terms. I do, basic contract stuff. If you could find plenty to fucking find a breach and claim it does not valid, and he's powerful and economically has the money. He's wealthy. He could fucking fight it. He got paid. I'm telling you not to speak.
Would you take that? I would probably take it if they get offering so much
You might
money.
be like, I'm fucking done. I'm retiring.
Right.
I don't need this
Yeah,
shit.
or even a couple years off.
Right. If you get $100, $200 million, like I'm fucking done.
Yeah, but then what is Fox's? That's just what I'm trying to think. What is their purpose for it? Why? It's their biggest show. We're coming up on an election year.
Makes no sense.
When everyone hates Biden. Biden is the lowest, that's another thing we need to talk about. We can save that for the Patreon, all the RFK stuff.
What's RFK?
Exactly. That's what we need to
What's
talk about.
it stand for?
Robert F. Kennedy, who's running against Biden.
Yes,
who
I know
announced
that. I know that.
his
Yeah,
running
yeah.
last week.
What's
Who's
his
great candidate.
What's his relation to? I know
He's
the Kennedy.
Bobby Kennedy's son.
Bobby
So he's like
is the-
Bobby was JFK's brother. I think JFK is his uncle.
Kennedy has the name.
Yeah. The RFK stuff we should talk about in the Patreon because there's like we should go into his policies and watch his campaign speech and stuff because I think he's running under the Democrat ticket and they did a poll this week because Biden announced he's running too, which is another thing we got to talk about.
And Kennedy is what? What's his position in government now? Anything?
RFK has never been in government.
Interesting. So he's a businessman.
Yeah, he's
Interesting.
Yeah.
Does he
But
work or not? It's just family money.
I don't know. We'll
Okay,
have to
we'll
look
look at
have to
that.
look it up.
You'll do some research
Yeah,
beforehand?
we'll have to look it up.
You'll speak to our production department?
Yeah,
Okay.
which is me. But Biden announced that he was running, and
It's truly
Biden
unbelievable.
had
And Harris
in
is
the
running mate.
poll in the polls that just happened about like who they would vote for. So first of all, we'll do more into it, but the Democratic Party is as of right now saying there will not be debates for the primary
They can't.
because they're afraid of
Biden.
One, they're afraid of Biden not looking good, but two, they're afraid of RFK tearing him apart because he can. RFK is smart as shit.
Chippy will tear Biden
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
And RFK is not a part of the party.
Listen,
he's an outsider.
Kennedy.
But he's running under
I don't
Democrat
know.
ticket.
I'm sure he's smart. But anyone debating with Biden. Do you know there can't be a debate between Biden and Republican nominee?
Yeah.
They can't be. It ain't
But-
going to happen.
but that is-
They're going to say he's sick. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
He got COVID.
Well, they just won't
They're just
show up
going
to
to
the
say
debates.
he has COVID.
He's not going to get the nom. He's not. RFK is probably... Biden announced it a week ago. A sitting president, especially in modern day democratic America, where it's like you go wherever the party says, right? A sitting president who has the party line should have 95% approval
It's
rating,
like
right?
60% approval.
He had 60%. RFK had 19. You don't even
not
know who
doing
he
anything.
was.
Correct, doing
He's
nothing.
not. He's an outsider. He's anti-vax, and the Democrats are It wasn't. They were asking Democrats because it was for a primary. The Democrat voters are 19% of them, but within 1 week, most of them don't even know who RFK is because the media has been trying to. They don't talk about him at all because he's like a threat to them. He's anti-vax. He's right. All that stuff. 19% of them are with RFK already. 9% of them are with Marianne Williamson, who is that I actually like her, but she's that crazy hippie woman who tried to run against Trump last year. She got like 0.2% of the vote, Democrat vote, 4 years ago. She got 9%. That's how much the Democrats hate Biden.
Okay, you understand Biden's incompetent.
Right, but that's why he's not going to get the
It's
nom.
shocking that they would have him run again. It's a bad move. And Harris,
It's a horrible move.
bad move. And Kamala, I mean,
What it
come on.
means is that they just don't have anyone else.
No, it's but
They're in they're done. They're a
it's
fucked up party.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we'll go into all the RFK stuff, but yeah, just for this Tucker. So it says here, it says how sudden was his exit? Despite Fox News' statements that implied the decision was mutual, all signs point to Carlson being fired with almost no warning. Carlson reportedly didn't know he'd been cut until minutes before it was announced. He signed off on his Friday show with, quote, "will be back on Monday," indicating that he expected there would be a Monday show, which obviously never happened. Fox didn't seem to know that Carlson would be exiting until close to the actual announcement. On Monday morning, this was last Monday, the channel was still reportedly airing previews of Carlson's show for that evening, which did not air after all. That's where it's so weird. Like, so it literally happened. So Monday morning, they were airing Tucker previews, and then Monday afternoon, he was announced fired.
Yes,
something happened.
Something happened, 100%.
For them to fire their biggest person. I don't know. A week after they get an almost $1 billion lawsuit. It's just so weird. I don't know. You know, it's just weird. But there's obviously going to be a lot of news coming out of it. Yeah, we're going to learn more.
We will 100% will learn more.
It was Breitbart, I think. Let's see. Breitbart.
What's that?
Breitbart's a right-wing news channel. They're online. They're like why can't I fucking speak? This is exclusive. Disarray consumes Fox News as Murdoch's attempt to reassert control with Carlson. Now I want to find there was a report that showed that they were trying to lock him up. Here, this says who is this? One source close to Fox News senior executives told Breitbart News, as of right now, the plan remains the same: pay out Carlson's contract and keep him on the sidelines through the 2024 elections. They knew they would take a beating for this, but everyone, and I mean everyone, is pretty rattled. They weren't expecting the blowback to be this bad. Hate to say it, but it's clear that Rupert has lost a step or two. But why would they want to keep him? I don't know. Maybe he was going to be anti-Trump.
Why would they not want to keep him, period?
Yeah, but why would they want to keep him off the election reporting? The only thing that would make sense is that Fox wanted to go Trump, and maybe because we know that Tucker doesn't like Trump. He's reported favorably for Trump's policies, right? So that's one thing. And he's reported against January 6th, saying this was a ridiculous thing. That's not an insurrection at all. You guys are crazy. So he's been on the side of January 6th and on the side of Trump's policies, but he has not been against. If it was up to him, Trump would not be president. He would want someone else better, Republican, to be president. Mm-hmm. So maybe, Trump and Fox were like, we're going to go all in. And he was like, fuck that. There's no way I'm going all in. And so they were like, we got to get him out. I don't know. That's just a thought.
I don't know either.
But this is Breitbart saying that. What Breitbart is Trump. Breitbart, Steve Bannon, who was the founder of Breitbart, was Trump's senior advisor in the White House. He took him away from Breitbart and put him in the White House. So for them to be reporting that too, it's like, it's just
we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah. That's that. It's just interesting.
There's a lot of good things on the horizon.
Yeah,
a lot of interesting things on the horizon.
Yeah, interesting. And I definitely want to talk about all the RFK stuff because I don't even know much, but I know that he could be a great candidate for the Dems and could potentially be a great president because he's outside. He's anti-big government. He's anti-pharmaceutical companies. He's anti-control. He was very against all the COVID stuff. He wrote the book called, his book that he wrote last year was The Real Anthony Fauci, which he was destroying Fauci for all of the stuff with the AIDS epidemic.
Back the curtain.
And all the shit. So it's like, that's where he comes from. And he already within 1 week of his announcement, where the media is not talking about him at all, has 20% of the Democratic vote. That's pretty fucking good.
Be interesting.
That's that. I don't know. So we'll talk about
2 years of this shit now.
Yeah.
Can you believe we're going to be going? There's going to be a lot of triggering things for me on this now.
Yeah.
Back to day one from our original podcast.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll jack up the views on the show.
Definitely. Well, if you market it right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
All right, let's do a follow advice.
All right. And there's so many things too that I got to talk about. We don't have time.
We can do another one later.
We'll do for the Patreon. Yeah, because there's that stuff, and then there's also I don't want to say because it's gonna trigger you, and I'll just save it.
Okay.
What's this? This says, "Hey guys, my name is London. I'm a huge fan of your podcast. Have been since day one. I feel like a lot of views align with Jon, and all my friends' views align with Bron. It's the dynamic you two I deal with every day, which is why I love the podcast. I'm a 27-year-old female living in Canada. Lately, I've been considering. Oh wait, did we do this one already? No. No, this is just similar to another one, I guess, that we did. I absolutely love New York. Did we do this? I can't tell. I absolutely love New York. But however, if I wanted to stay in a liberal... Yeah, we've done this. Sorry, everyone. Let me go to another one.
You're funny.
This is from Katie. Hi, Jon. And then in parentheses, Bron. Screw you.
Quiet. I like Katie. Leave
What the hell? I'm a 22-year-old college senior, and I'm working as an engineer full-time. My job started off as an internship, and I've stayed on since then for 2 years now. I have an offer for a full-time position with the company after I graduate. About 3 years ago, I started to think about if I really wanted to be an engineer or not. Really wanted to be an engineer, or if it was just natural for me to go into because I was a strong math and science student in high school. If I wasn't an engineer, I would 100% want to be a teacher. My mom is an amazing teacher, and I could see myself doing what she does. I substitute teach occasionally when I have the day off of work and school, and I enjoy it, but I know there's a lot more involved than the glorified babysitting that I basically do as a sub. I enjoy my job as an engineer, but I struggle with if this is really what I'm supposed to do. If I wanted to be a teacher, I could do a 1 year's master program after I graduate from engineering school, and I would still be debt-free. There would be about a 75% cut to go from engineering to teaching, and obviously I would make a lot less money in the long run. On the flip side, teaching is way more conducive to having a family and being more of a traditional wife like I hope to be someday. Okay, you answered your question right there. If my future husband can support us, I want us to stay home with our kids before they go to school, but if I need to work, I could look for a work-from-home engineering job. I sometimes look at it as always having a bailout if I were to get my teaching degree, because I would still have an engineering degree to fall back on. If I turn down the full-time position with my company, I'm not sure whether I would be able to come back. My family would obviously support me no matter what I decide because they just want me to be happy. I've struggled with what I should do because I think I could be happy with either choice. Any advice?
Wow. Okay, well, sounds like, first of all, it sounds like you have a good head on your shoulders, number one. Number two, it sounds like you have a supporting family, which is very nice, and that you'll be debt-free. So those are all positive things.
Yeah. I think I know.
What's your answer? You're just like, be a teacher.
No.
You're saying go get your teaching degree and have both.
Nope.
Stay with engineering.
My answer is you haven't even tried being an engineer yet. You've only done an internship and you've only been in school. Do that. Two things. One, do that because you haven't done it yet, right? See the goal through. And then in 2 years, when you're 24, after working 2 years in engineering, if you're still like, you know what? No, I still am thinking about being a teacher. Then go do it. You're still, you're so young, you still can do that. I know people who will go back to want to be a teacher at 40, There were teachers that I knew that I had in school that started like at 35. And
now she's saying she also can knock it out in 1 year and then have both and decide and be an engineer. At least she has her degree, the teaching degree.
I think that puts you back. If you finish engineering school and then you go for a year to be a teacher and then you go to want to get an engineering job, you're going to be like, why did you take a year off to go get a teaching degree? I think that just puts you back. But also, if you're worried about, if your other thing was like, I'm worried I want to be a stay-at-home mom, then it's like you're not going to be teaching, you're not going to be working anyways. If your goal is to not work anyways and your husband to support you, then it doesn't matter.
I think you bring up a very valid point. I would say you're right. No one knows what anybody really wants what to do when you're young for your future. I would say you have your engineering degree, you have a good job offer. Try it for a year or two.
Yeah.
Just try it. You can always go back. And by the way, you can get your master's for teaching at nighttime.
Teaching's an easy one to go back for.
You can get it online, and you can always go back to do it. Try it. You have nothing to lose. It's like saying, I graduated law school, don't know if I want to be a lawyer. Try it.
Right,
and you can always change your career path afterwards. You're still so young, Bronson. That's a valid point. I would try if I was talking as my child, Katie, I would say try it for a year or two. Then let's talk and reevaluate it. And if you really want to, get your master's in teaching at nighttime online and do that.
Yeah, you've invested a lot of time into this, and clearly for a reason. Like if you didn't like it, if you hated it, you would have stopped a while ago, right? Like there's some part of you that likes it.
Yeah, there's no downside to try it for a year or two.
So just see it through.
There's no downside.
Yeah.
I think that's good advice. All right, Katie, let us know what you decide to do. I think whatever decision you make, I think you're gonna do well in. I think you sound like you have a good head on your shoulders. And but if you were my child, I would say just try it, stick it out for a year or two, see how it goes. If you don't like it, then talk to me. But I would try it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Love you, Bronny.
Love you too.
Take care, everybody. Thanks. You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.